Pass interference.
We made it up.
False start.
We made this one up.
Taunting.
This one was invented by a writer.
Holding.
It's false.
False start.
It never happened.
Holding.
It's a fake.
Pass interference.
Not a chance.
Personal foul.
It never happened.
Holding.
No way.
Base. Offense.
We made this one up.
Illegally downfield prior to the pass.
We made up this one.
Illegal shift. Offense.
Not this time. It never happened.
Stay frosty and head over to ezmutt.com for the cheapest mutt coins on the market. When I say cheapest, I mean it. We're talking 1 million coins for around 40 bucks. Use code DIRECTOR for 5% off. Yo, what up, brothers? It's the Director. Chargers fans, well, that did not go as planned. The Chargers dropped a big game on Sunday versus the Dallas versus the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, it is what it is. You guys saw the opening skit. Yeah, it's funny. You know, we're going to look back and laugh and cry about it a little bit. But those are real penalties. Real penalties that cost us the game. As a matter of fact, in that montage, every single one of those penalties was a penalty called on the Chargers this last Sunday. There were so many of them. I was running out of Jonathan Freight clips. And I'm not going to dance around it. In my opinion, the refs blew this game for the Chargers hard. Okay, I know a lot of people have a different opinion. The team has a lot of stuff to work on, yada, yada, yada. In my opinion, if it weren't for the refs, I think the Chargers could have definitely won this game. However, we got to look at both sides of the coin here, okay? A lot of those penalties were justified against the Chargers. The Chargers played a sloppy game, and in the end, it came back and bit us in the butt. There's a lot of stuff that the Chargers do need to work on going forward into the rest of the season. A very harsh next, like 4 games left before the schedule starts to ease up. We got to clean some stuff up. We got to start improving different stuff, and I think in this video, we're going to get a good idea of what that is. But on the flip side, too, there was some good stuff that we saw on Sunday. I think there was some stuff that the Chargers can build on, and I'm certainly optimistic as to their ability to adapt and maybe tackle even the Kansas City Chiefs this upcoming Sunday with some more force and efficiency. So before we do get started, guys, as a reminder, we do have a giveaway going on right now. I know we're all down in the dumps, but you know what to cheer you up, guys? A signed Antonio Gates jersey? Maybe. This one's going to go to one of my lucky subscribers, guys. Again, as a thank you from me to you guys for continuing to support this channel. All you got to do to enter for this one is hit up the link in the description. Follow the instructions there. Very, very simple to enter. And make sure you are subscribed. Only subs can win. Good luck, guys. But additionally, we like to do giveaways on 2s on this channel. This next one, a signed LaDainian Tomlinson jersey, the giveaway of GOATs as we celebrate kickoff. This is going to go to one of my lucky crew members. All you got to do to be entered for this is be a member of my crew. And that's it. Good luck to everybody out there. And again, guys, thank you so much for all the support. And with that, let's get into this one. Before we do, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this content, even though it's a sad day content. The small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. Let's get into this one. Lights, camera, action. The Chargers versus Dallas Cowboys. Painful post-game report. Oh, this one's gonna kill me. Now, as I said before, and I'll reiterate it, let's get one thing straight, okay? I do think the refs blew this game for us hard, okay? They did. I'm really honestly crushed, you know, with every weird call that I saw, with every 50-50 call that was tilted against us. My soul died a little bit inside, okay? But like I said before, we also had a hand to play in our own defeat as well. Okay, we got to be better. We got to clean this stuff up. The Chargers, 12, penalties don't come by. Yeah, guys, I know 12, right? It's absolutely shocking. 12 penalties don't come by accident, and a good number of those were on us. Some of the more egregious ones, the costly ones, called back touchdowns and opportunities to score. There were definitely a lot of questionable calls in that area. And I would say that more specifically draws attention to the severity of the penalties that the Chargers had taken from the refs this Sunday, which impacted the game more than maybe some of the penalties they called on the Cowboys. In the moment, and all of us, Chargers fans, we had 600 or 700 people on the channel at the time. It really felt one-sided. I'm never going to accuse refs of rigging a game or trying to, come out with a specific outcome, but there was definitely some sloppy officiating out there, and unfortunately for the Chargers, it did cost us in this game. I think a lot of people, too, they misconstrued, the messages being sent out in this video, and some of the jokes I've been putting on Twitter and stuff like that. It's not so much that the refs are the sole purpose that the Chargers lost, or that they didn't deserve all of the penalties. I can say with certainty that those penalties can pretty much all be called, minus maybe the sack touchdown being called where Jared Cook wasn't set, etc., etc. Those seemed very suspicious to me. Again, very, very costly. But there were also a lot of penalties that I would put into the category of a 50-50 call. Okay, there's been a movement in the past couple of seasons with the NFL, at least with the fans. Let's just let them play, right? Let them play football. You don't have to call every single penalty if it's, not clear and obvious, right? And in those instances, I like to call them the 50-50. Yeah, you can call them, but man, really, it's going to hurt the game flow. It's going to affect a lot of different things. If you can let it slide, let it slide. And more often than not, in a lot of games that the Chargers have played, a lot of games that the Cowboys have played, we've seen a lot of, things that were not called. Even in this game that could have helped us out. Right after the touchdown that was called back by Jared Cook, we saw a PI not be called on Trevon Diggs of the Cowboys. Stuff like that, right? And again, there's evidence to suggest that was a PI, but there's also leeway to say don't throw the ball, let them play. And the Chargers, unfortunately, were on the wrong side of the tilt when it came to let them play. So with that out of the way, guys, the officiating sucked. I know. Please leave your comments in the comment section below, leaving your thoughts and opinions on that. That was mine. If it differs from my opinion, don't worry about it. I want to hear everybody's opinion. Everybody has a voice on this channel, even if you don't agree with me, all right? So let's get into some of the stuff that was good about this game, okay? I know it was a crushing defeat, and honestly, it felt like an unfair loss or whatever you want to call it, but there was still some good stuff to take out of this game. And we're going to start with that before we get into the stuff that maybe we should have to work on. Let's start with the good, Asante Samuel, right? The rookie sensation that's sweeping the nation, the son of one of the best cornerbacks to ever play in the NFL, Asante Samuel Jr. tallies his first pick of his career. Also had a couple of really nice plays, one in the end zone versus Amari Cooper in that pass breakup. Guys, this man may very well end up being our cornerback one by the end of the season. I'm actually pretty confident in that. The way that he plays football, the effect that he's had in our secondary, pairing up with Derwin James, we're seeing a Alohi Gilman, Drew Tranquil back there. He just fits this defense so well, and he proved it this Sunday with his first career interception. Absolutely fire for him, man. So excited about Asante. Really, the Chargers, big question marks at the cornerback position coming into the season, right? Asante really does move the needle, point the needle in the right direction for the Chargers, and that's something we got to take as a dub this last Sunday, man. Asante Samuel looks great. He's going to continue to improve. Some people even saying a dark horse defensive rookie of the year candidate, and if he keeps it up, man, it would be awesome to see a second-round pick take that award in 2022, okay? Next up, what's another great thing that we saw on Sunday? Oh, yeah, a man by the name of Mike Williams. Dude, Mike Williams, I'm so happy for you, dude. I hated the thought of the Chargers parting ways with Mike Williams, not being able to, exhume his first-round potential that we saw when we drafted him in 2017. There's a reason. There's a reason the Chargers went after him. Give Phillip Rivers back at the time a nice, red zone target, a nice receiving weapon for it. It all fit what I wanted on the Chargers so well. And it broke my heart thinking that maybe the Chargers might part ways after this season if he doesn't, number one, stay healthy, and two, put up the numbers to justify an extension by the Chargers. This season, however, Mike Williams, especially, after this last week, he tallied, some good yards, another touchdown. He is on pace. I know we're only 2 weeks in, so this on-pace nonsense is just that nonsense, but it's just a number to throw out to you guys to kind of give you an idea of where he's headed. He is on pace currently, projected, you see right here, for 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns. I do not think this is an accident, okay? If you guys watch this channel at the beginning of the season, we're talking about Joe Lombardi, the way he wants to use Mike Williams, ex-receiver, Michael Thomas kind of role. Well, so far, we're seeing just that. Keenan Allen, he's that ninja, that third down assassin. He gets out there on the field, gives us opportunities to score, and then Mike Williams, he's the hammer, dude. He brings it down in the red zone. He's been scoring touchdowns. He's been making plays. He's honestly been looking more like that first-round pick that we're hoping to get back in 2017. Bravo. Bravo, Mike Williams. Again, he still has a lot to prove this season. He's got to stay healthy. The 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns is not very likely, but all this is pointing to a major improvement over his 2020 performance. Bravo. Bravo, Mike Williams. Keep it up, man. I hope he gets an extension with the Chargers very soon. Okay? Next up, Justin Herbert. I know people will look at Justin Herbert's stat this week and say, yo, he was garbage. Well, not really. Let's go take a look at the stats right here real quick on the box score, right? Justin Herbert, over 330 yards again. This is like his sweet spot, right? We're going to see 330-something a lot this season, which spells, again, for a really good on-pace year for him. 2 interceptions, though. This is where it's going to hurt Chargers fans. 2 picks. Now, I'm going to defend Justin Herbert here for just a minute, okay? Justin Herbert, one of those interceptions, yeah, it was on him. He tried to fit a ball where, honestly, it shouldn't have gone, and Trevon Diggs came up with the interception. Bad play by Justin Herbert. The other one, however, and this is something Chargers fans are very familiar with, just a bad luck. Bad time, bad place, bad situation for him. Bad luck play. He tries to fit in pretty much a tight window throw to Keenan Allen in the end zone, and Keenan Allen slips. Oh, my God. Keenan. And I'm saying Keenan, not like Keenan, what are you doing? It's more of Keenan. How often do we see that? How often do we see Keenan Allen, one of the best route runners in the NFL, one of the most efficient wide receivers in the NFL, slip in the red zone? That is unfortunate. And I understand the confidence in that throw for Justin Herbert. Keenan was underneath his coverage. Keenan, in that tight window was going to make that catch, and he was going to score a touchdown. But the turf monster had other plans, man. He tugs Keenan Allen down to the ground, thus forcing another interception for Justin Herbert. So I'm 50-50 on Justin Herbert this week. Yeah, 1 interception's on you. I hate to say it. Got to make better decisions in that situation. The other one, just plain bad luck. But what outweighs that for me in saying, you know what, Justin Herbert did have a really good week this week. 338 yards. He was driving, man. There's a lot of things out of his control this week. Penalties. If he had those 2 touchdowns, imagine what the stat line would look like with this 1 interception. It would be 3 touchdowns and an interception. Just literally the smallest sweeps of fate turned this into one of the better games of any quarterback this week to one of the more subpar. So I'm still going to praise Justin Herbert, man. He had a pretty good game. What's up next here? We got a good performance by the secondary. Derwin James continues to be the guy that we were hoping to see this season. He's coming back fully healthy. The secondary, you know what they did to Dak Prescott? Remember how we're all worried about Dak throwing down a crazy amount of yards and touchdowns on the Chargers? You know what that secondary did to Dak Prescott this week? Dak Prescott, 237 yards and an interception, no touchdowns. Yo! You know where a lot of these yards came from too? It's kind of strange, right? CeeDee Lamb, 8 receptions. All right, he did okay. Jarwin, the tight end. Pollard, the backup halfback. Of course, Ezekiel Elliott got a couple as well. Amari Cooper, limited to 3 catches and 24 yards. That's a pretty solid turnout for the secondary, if you ask me. The Chargers secondary, things are starting to click. Derwin James' presence is being felt, and the corners led by, I'm going to say at this point, Asante Samuel, are looking very, very solid. So let's give it up for the Chargers defensive backs. They had a solid week. Next up, Keenan Allen. I know we talked about Keenan Allen. He slipped in the end zone. But equally, Keenan, holy cow, man. The third down king. On the stream, we've stopped calling it third down or 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 5. We started calling it 3rd and Keenan. Especially in those situations where it's 3rd and 14. How many times have we seen that this season already? 3rd and 14, that's 3rd and Keenan, man. Keenan's going to pick that up. There was one instance, I think it was 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 16 or something like that. Keenan gets around Trevon Diggs. We didn't know if this was a possible thing to do, convert in that situation. It was a very tough situation. There goes Keenan Allen yet again. Beautiful route ran. Beautiful ball placement by Justin Herbert. He converts the first down. Crazy. We are so lucky and blessed to have Keenan Allen on this team, the third down king. 100 yards on 4 receptions. Are you kidding me, Keenan? The man is nothing if not consistent. He's going to be a great, great help to the Chargers team this season as we continue to figure things out. Okay? Austin Eckler. We couldn't go throughout the show without honestly being so relieved that Austin Eckler's finally being utilized the way that he should. 9 receptions for 61 yards. 9 receptions for a halfback. That's great. That's the Austin Eckler I wanted to see this season. Let's go. Of course, we do have to work on maybe our play calling a little bit. Joe Lombardi's got to maybe go back to the drawing board a little bit when it comes to red zone offense. But I'm very happy to see Austin Eckler return to the fold in the way that he should be utilized as a receiving back. He was pretty efficient on the ground as well, but my God, 9 receptions. That's exactly what I wanted to see out of him this season. Okay. The coaching, some people will say it was bad. Some people will say it was good. My personal opinion, the situations that we were put in, I think the coaching actually did pretty well. I'll point out one thing that they decided to do, going for 2 early in the game so that we would be down by 3 instead of 4. That's a great decision. That's something that I wish we saw a lot last season with Anthony Lynn. And that just spells to a lot of different stuff that I saw from Brandon Staley and the coaching staff. They have a lot of stuff to work on. We'll talk about that in the bad segment here in just a second. But I think for what we saw and the situations that were given, they did all right. And I'm going to give them credit for that. Okay. And the last thing I saw that was pretty good this week again, Justin Herbert. Oh my God. So good. But what's that man to the right of the screen right there? Oh, I think that's a Rashawn Slater. A wild Rashawn Slater has appeared. Get your master ball out, man. This is the man with the plan, dude. Rashawn Slater, an excellent performance last week. He follows it up with another excellent performance this week. And I couldn't be more proud of the Chargers, the organization, bringing him in, the Justin Herbert at that left tackle spot. It's got to be feeling really, really good right now. Okay. All right, boys. That's the good for this week. Okay. I know we lost, and we lost in the worst way possible, but there was some good to take out of this week, and it was very, very nice. Okay. Now we got to get into the bad. Unfortunately, we got to talk about the stuff that the Chargers need to work on. For one, what's this Tony Pollard nonsense, right? I think that the run defense continues to struggle as a whole. Pollard was also utilized as a receiver as well. I think he got like 3 receptions for 30 yards. Pollard was all over this team. I feel like the Chargers defense had like a game plan coming into this week just to purely frustrate people that have Ezekiel Elliott in fantasy. They said, nah, man, we're going to throw it all down for Ezekiel Elliott, but if Pollard gets loose, we're going to soften up a little bit. And honestly, that cost the Chargers so much. Zeke was limited to 70 yards and a touchdown, so not a bad day for him. Could have been a lot bigger because the Chargers' run defense is really, really bad. But Pollard tallied over 100 yards on the Chargers. I think like 130 total yards if you count his receptions as well. Yikes. Big, big yikes. Now, of course, the Chargers were without Justin Jones this week. We've seen a lot of struggles against the run the past couple of weeks, and they just continue into this game versus the Cowboys. We got to figure something out, man. I think Joey Bosa, again, being underrated as a run defender, needs to be more utilized. Linebackers, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. You guys don't see me. You guys see me out here as the director, not the coach with the whiteboard and the X's and the O's. I'm a fan, right? And what my eyes told me is that the run defense needs some work. I'm not quite sure how they're going to do it, but you got to bring some people in. Maybe we bring some people in. We got to figure out the game plan. We got to figure out the game plan. Whatever. They did good against Zeke. They did terrible against Pollard, and that's all I'm looking at, and I'm hoping that they address that. It was bad. It was very bad. Special teams continues to struggle. We saw on Sunday Tristan Vizcaino miss a field goal. So that's 3 not on the board, and the Chargers ended up losing by 3, and that's honestly an unacceptable thing by the Chargers special teams. It was one of those doink kicks, and honestly, it's something that we gotta hope he figures out over the course of the season. I am sick and tired of kicking woes costing this team. We can add this game to the stat of Chargers losses within 1 score, and it's gonna be high. It's gonna be very high. All right, Vizcaino's got to figure it out. The whole special team's got to figure it out. That definitely did pay a factor into this loss this week. Another big one right here. Why can't I find good pictures of Jared Cook in a Chargers uniform? They'll come as the season goes along. Red zone efficiency. Felt like we talked about this last week. It's something I'm really worried about, dudes. I don't know. The Chargers, last week? They got 2 scores out of 6 attempts. This week, they got 1 score out of 4. We're going backwards, Chargers. What are we doing? We got to figure out this red zone thing real quick, man. I'm talking yesterday. We got the Chiefs coming up on Sunday. We got another tough matchup after that. I think it's the Raiders who are looking pretty good this year. I think after that, we got the Browns. Ooh, we got to figure out this red zone thing quick. Because the Chargers at this point are not capitalizing on these opportunities. 1 out of 4 red zone trips for a touchdown is not good. It's not good at all. So again, I think that we got to go back to the drawing board, Joe Lombardi. We got to write something up. A lot of these, bad red zone things as well. if you take a close look at the games, a lot of them have to do with sacks and penalties. We just get pushed back. That's part of the whole red zone game, though, isn't it? You got to be more efficient in those situations. And the Chargers at this point are not executing. If we get better in the red zone, man, the Chargers have proved that they can drive downfield. My God, the first couple offensive drives for the Chargers, we were getting like 15, 20-yard chunk plays. That's great. But it doesn't matter if we can't put up points in the end, especially if we leave points, on the field. We could have gotten 3 and ended up turning it over. We could have got 3 and we end up getting pushed back by a sack. Even if it's a ghost sack where Justin Herbert actually gets the ball off, it should be, intentional grounding, 10 yards instead of 20, whatever that situation may be. We got to be more efficient. We got to figure that out, okay? The stalls. That's kind of part of the red zone efficiency, right? The Chargers offense, my God, again, chunk plays, and then we stall. Offense can't put up points. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I do think I covered a lot of that in the red zone efficiency segment. The officiating. Actually, we'll go back to this picture for a second here. The officiating, we already went over this. I'm not going to beat a dead horse about it, but I do want to focus on the side where the Chargers can control. We can't control all the BS calls that were called on us that honestly, once again, cost us the game. But we can control what our team does in the clean football we play. The Chargers need to clean up. The Chargers need to be more careful. The Chargers honestly need to focus on discipline for the next couple of practices. Do not commit penalties, Chargers. It's costing us, and it's costing us bad, okay? So as much as the hand that the refs had in our loss, we also had a pretty big hand in our loss due to those penalties. We have to clean that up. The pressure. This is a picture I put up before. Joey Bosa. Where's Joey Bosa, right? Where we had Terrence something, Steele, I think, was the right tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, right? And this man, third string dude, we were all expecting a lot of pressure from Joey Bosa. All I saw on Sunday was Steele kind of giving Joey Bosa the business. And business, Joey Bosa did some good things on Sunday. He really did. He got some pressures in there, some stops. And we need to see more, though, I think. That's something I was really confused about. And that's something I expect to improve over time with Brandon Staley. The pressure needs to be there more consistently. It needs to be present in this defense. And right now I'm not seeing it. We have Joey Bosa. We got great pieces to execute that, but we're not seeing it quite come together yet. I have faith it will, and I have faith it will soon, but I got to point out where's Bosa. We need Bosa to get more involved. To his fault or not, he needs to be more present in the defense and make more of an impact, okay? The last thing I'll mention here, I think we actually had the same photo up last week, Storm Norton. The Chargers offensive line, what's the saying, right? You're only as strong as your weakest link. Goodbye, right? No. Storm Norton is proving to be, again, kind of a liability on the right side of that line. He did all right last week versus Washington. It may have been a fluke this week, but it's also worrisome because, again, the Cowboys did not have DeMarcus Lawrence. They didn't have Randy Gregory. They didn't have these guys that were going to make, Storm Norton's life considerably hard. And even that being said, I know we saw a lot of Micah Parsons and these other guys weren't too bad too. Storm Norton is struggling big time. And you guys know my plan in maybe trying to address this. I think, again, we saw Storm Norton struggle this week. Can we not try this other, depth chart trick or whatever next week? Can we try this other, formation next week where we put Matt Filer at right tackle, which he played with Pittsburgh, and he was really good there. And then take this guy, this rookie, Brendan Hymus, and put him at guard, and he was really, really good during practice and camp and preseason. Can we not try that out versus the Kansas City Chiefs, please? Because from what I saw on Sunday, the Chiefs are going to get Frank Clark and company and all those dudes in the Kansas City Chiefs. They are going to get after this man, Storm Norton, if they continue to put that much pressure on him. And maybe just try it for a few drives. Be like, bro, we're gonna in practice this week, we're gonna put in Matt Filer at right tackle, and he's gonna get some looks on Sunday. And if it works out, we're gonna go with the hot hand at right tackle. How crazy would that be? But I'm not confident in Storm Norton as our right tackle versus the Chiefs. And I'll leave it at that. So, guys, in the comment section below, I know a loss like this is very tough to digest. It's all right, man. I like to say this all the time. Be mad now, bolt up tomorrow. We got a whole week until, the Kansas City Chiefs game. We can go ahead and it's okay. Be upset if you want to be upset. Be optimistic if you want to be optimistic. I'm kind of in the middle right now. I'm still digesting the game. And That's all right. We're all fans enjoying the game of football, trying to process it in our own, personal ways. And by Sunday, though, I do expect everybody to, pull up their britches a little bit and get ready for the next SmackDown with the Kansas City Chiefs. All right? So let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time. And as always, bolt up and stay frosty.